GDHO. And Seaton will start at the front in one of them. This is the Doug Westwood car. He drove it here last year, actually, but they had some problems, and they've done a lot of work, done a lot of testing, and they've got themselves sorted, and they're back at the mountain with Glenn at the helm. Remember, he won here a couple of years ago when he drove the big two-door coupe that Keith Kasuki now drives, and that car starts from position 5 in this race. So let's see if Cito can come back in a winning way.
Well, that was Cito's first ever win at Bathurst.
Yeah, yeah.
So there you go.
He tried so many times to win the 1,000. He tried 26 times. Just goes to show how this place can make you or break you. And just because you keep coming back year after year, it doesn't owe you anything.
No, that's exactly right. We've got one of the Chargers into pit lane, so hopefully we'll see him back out on track.
That's Mick Wilson bringing that car in, the 43 car, long-time touring car masters runner, the 72 Charger.
And if you recognise an E49 Charger, there you have it, right there.
One for the Chrysler fans. The rest of them are a bit further back on the pack. Greg Crick starts 13th. There he is, just the bottom right of shot in that black number 75 Charger. So it's Seaton versus Mediki, Jim Richards versus John Bowe, Keith Kasuki and Brett Yulden next from Paul Freestone, Adam Bressington, Eddie Abelnisa and Cam Tilley. It's Mustangs, it's Camaros, Falcons, Monaros. Let's turn back the clock. Let's go old school. 7 laps ahead in Touring Car Masters. First race of the weekend, round 7 of the championship. They held them for a little while, and there's a car that was stalled for a little while on the grid. The yellow flags flew, but Greg Crick's got running. They have had engine problems with that car this weekend, but Seaton has been slow away. They've gobbled him up down at turn 1. Ooh, glass and all sorts of stuff there. But at the front, there's been a change. I don't think Crick is going to last long.
No, that's terminal. Try and turn that off, Cricky. That's no good.
Up front, it's Andrew Mediki who's taken the lead. John Bowe going for second on Jimmy Richards, and the pole man leads Seaton back to 4th.
Yeah, I'm not sure. We didn't quite catch that. There's a bit of action going back there. But anyway, Cito will be in this mix. Don't worry about that. With 3:51 down the straight, she'll crank up and he'll make a mile.
Plenty of grunt from that sucker, there's no doubt. Trying to go with him, that lurid green Monaro is Brett Yulden.
Brett always has a big go. So if he's got a sniff of the leading group.
Speaking of sniffing, I wouldn't want to sniff the Charger at the moment. It's a bit oily.
Oh, we got another one off there. What's happened there? It looks like that's right rear. Sitting down a little bit in the right rear.
William Vining, Mustang, one of the debutantes, but was that a car wide?
Yeah. No, they'll look all right, no problem.
Mediki to the lead. Oh, yeah, it was. I thought there was someone in the fence. It was a very sharp flash. Paul Freestone in the Camaro, and he's hit the wall at what we call the grate over Reed Park, where you run out close to the wall and it's dragged itself all the way along.
Yeah, cold tyres. That's really...
and a detached tyre.
Loose tyres, cold and loose.
Come back. Where are you going? Or actually, that's not one of his. Oh, and that's Wayne Mercer. Safety car's out. And this tyre's keen to get back to pit lane.
there's a fair old roll down the hill. It could possibly get there.
I think it's run out of steam for the moment. It's got the speed wobbles at 0.1 of a kilometre per hour. Now it's stopped.
No, it's unusual to see it without a wheel sitting inside it.
It's nicely parallel parked though. You can get a good view of the slightly grooved tyre that they run in Touring Car Masters. Let's have a look at the replay. That's Greg Crick's Charger cooking itself on the grid. The Porsche is a rocket off the start. It munches the big cars so easily because it just gets the traction. Look for Seaton. Look on pole. He just bogged it in a wheel spin. Mediki was away. JR down the outside. Bowe as well. But look back here.
I'd say Cricky's things had a bit of a meltdown on the line there.
There was contact too between Wayne Mercer and Andrew Adams in the Camaro. And that is another Camaro that is not how it should be. Paul Freestone in the wall, safety car on the track, and Touring Car Masters slowing on down on the first lap.
Experience in the box between yourself and Chris Gill. That's still the furthest back anyone's come to win the great race. I would have thought 15th. Yeah, so it's a fantastic victory on the day, and that was a much needed win for Ford fans too. It's been a while.
Safety car still on the track here at Mount Panorama. It's Touring Car Masters Race 1, Round 7 for the old school category. This is why it's out. Paul Freestone, bang! 68 Camaro is pancaked, and it was his tyre that came off that car that was in the background there. Here it is. It's catching.
There it goes.
Chasing. It made it all the way around this corner.
That was a massive hit. He's just gone too quick over the hill into Reed Park, into the Great area we call the Great, and just got it wrong. Like being out in the grass there. That's
We call it the Great, Richard, because there is a metal grate basically at the turning point across that run. It's become the most famous grate in any road in the world.
And that corner is great.
Oh, Richo, it's my job to do the bad gags. Jeez.
Unless you get it wrong.
Well,
it's not great.
This is not great because that car is demolishing itself on the wall. But we lost a pile of cars on the first lap. Greg Crick had some engine dramas. Mick Wilson's Charger didn't even line up on the grid.
Yep.
And this was the tyre off the Paul Freestone car that went for another, I guess, 200-odd metres around the corner to McPhillamy. It was trying to get home, but it ran out of puff, just like the car.
That's right. And we've said before, these cars, they're old cars, but they are full-on race cars. The amount of work that goes into building these cars, they're like old-school V8 supercars.
Yeah, very good point. It's not strictly historic racing. There's a lot of go-fast bits and parts for performance, but also parts for safety in this category, and it's been a really it fits this event so well. It's exactly where we've come from to where we've ended up in terms of our top level of tin top racing. This is Wayne Mercer's Falcon in the lane. He's got some damage. I think that was from the first corner of this race where he and the Camaro of Andrew Adams got together. But it's Andrew Medicki who leads the way. We're on lap 3 now under safety car. So we've really only got half a lap of green flag action.
We're not too far away. They've got that all cleared up all pretty well. I would expect that this lap will go racing again.
So it's Andrew Meek in the lead, John Bowe second. Glenn Seaton on pole is fourth, and this is why. Replay of the start, jumps away, wheel spin, and the other three just get a better run.
Yeah, that's right. Cito just probably, compared to the other guys, and I know exactly what this is like from my race start at Sandown, when you haven't been driving these cars for a while, they are tricky to get off the line. And if you've got too much wheel spin, not enough, obviously, the ideal situation is just to literally drive it off the line like you're pulling away from the lights. But here we go, Cricky's car. She is all over.
Cooked.
Right there.
It made it about a quarter of the way up Mountain Straight before he wisely decided to pull it off to the grass and park.
But he was still in there. He was still trying hard.
Yeah.
Going to get into turn 1 as well as he could.
Great. Have a look at these cars, though. Camaro, Mustang and the like. It's really great stuff. There's one round to go after this weekend at Phillip Island. 6th time that TCM's been to the mountain, and only missed 1 year since they first came here. They've been a really popular part of the Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000. And remember, there's actually 2 classes. The Class A cars at the front are over 5.1 litres, and Class B, the Pro Sportsman category, is for up to 5 litres. But up here, if you're not in Class A with all this straight line stuff, you're probably going to struggle. Across the top, though,
that's
in a
right.
Porsche,
absolutely,
you're a chance.
Yeah, that's right. And the Porsches had a few upgrades this year, for both in engine and tyre size, and they've really come into their own on some of the smaller tracks. We've actually had Porsches leading races.
We've had them win too.
Yep.
Michael Armand had a couple of wins at Barbagallo in Perth earlier on the year, and Bill Pye won a race at Sydney Motorsport Park at the Muscle Car Masters going back, what's that, about a month or so on Father's Day, which you were there, weren't you? Weren't you driving your dad's car?
I was. I was having a steer of an old 635 BMW that they made famous here at Bathurst.
You parked in a sand trap at turn 1.
That's right. 2 of them.
See some debris there down Conrad. I reckon there was a smashed windscreen too. Back in the pack, it looked like Tony Karafilovsky, the yellow Mustang that's about 8th or 9th in the queue. He's 10th, in fact. There he is. Have a look at the front of that car. Is that smashed?
Yeah,
looks like it. Brad Tilley, Cam Tilley. There's Gary O'Brien. Wouldn't mind getting rid of that bit of debris.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
It should be an easy fix for someone in the safety car. We're looking like going racing again. Lights are still on.
Andrew Enrique is in front. We might take a quick break though, Richo, before we get back underway at Bathurst under safety car in Touring Car Masters.
race that was red flagged, and he said then that they felt that they won the race. I mean, Dick Johnson made it quite obvious.
Back of the mountain with Touring Car Masters, and Andrew Medicki is in front, and that is the place to be because this race will finish under yellow flags. It is a time-certain finish, so the Camaro will pick up its 5th straight race win in Touring Car Masters this year. He won a race at Muscle Car Masters and then all 3 at Sandown, Stephen Richards. So not the way, though, he would want to win another one.
No, that's right. These guys love getting out there and having a race. That's a real shame.
John Bower will end up position 2 from Jimmy Richards, but of course they will be back over the course of the weekend. It is a championship points paying round for them, so safety car will lead them back to the line. Checkered flag will fly, and Andrew Medicki picks up a win in TCM. John Bower second from Jimmy Richards, and the poleman Glenn Seaton didn't get a chance to fight back from that slow start that he had.
No,
So he's got the rest of the weekend to at least make up for it.
Another couple of races to go for the Touring Car Masters, so they'll provide plenty of action later in the weekend.
Brett Newelden position 5, but this race has been predominantly under safety car because of a crash on the first lap with Paul Freestone having pretty heavy contact at the top of the hill. He's okay. His car is pretty badly damaged. Brett Newelden in P5 from Keith Kasuki, then Adam Bressington, Eddie Albanese, Mark King and Tony Karanfilovsky's Mustang round out the top 10. TCM will be back over the course of our big weekend of coverage on 7 Sport from the mountain. But coming up, all the latest news from down in pit lane ahead of qualifying for the Super Cheap Auto Bathurst 1000. Plenty of nervous drivers getting ready, of course, as they go for spots in the top 10 shootout tomorrow. And then tonight, Friday Night Live from the lane, live 6:30 I should say, on 7, mate. We'll let Larko and the whole gang loose. It will be a whole pile of fun. Stay with us though. V8 qualifying not far away at the mountain.